Every single time you sit down to study at night, your brain is actively working against you. That the harder you push, the less you actually learn. That those late-night study sessions you've convinced yourself are productive are quietly sabotaging your grades, your goals, and your future. I know that stings, because I used to do it too. I'd open my laptop at 10 p.m, promise myself just one chapter, and end up at 2 a.m. with 12 tabs open, eyes burning, brain mush, having absorbed almost nothing. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why your brain hates night studying, and the simple fix that will change your results almost overnight. So stick with me, because this might be the reason you've been struggling without even knowing it. Let's start with something uncomfortable. You're probably watching this at night. You probably have something you should be studying right now, and somewhere in the back of your mind you've been wondering why studying feels so much harder than it used to, why you read the same paragraph 3 times and still can't remember it, why information seems to slide right through your brain like water through a sieve. You've probably blamed yourself. Told yourself you're losing focus, getting dumber, falling behind. I'm here to tell you it's not you, it's biology. And once you understand what's actually happening inside your head after the sun goes down, you're going to feel a weight lift off your shoulders, because the fix is so much simpler than you think. Here's what's really going on. Your brain runs on a 24-hour internal clock, and that clock controls something called cognitive performance, which is just a fancy way of saying how sharp your thinking is at any given moment. From about 9 a.m. to roughly 6 p.m, your brain is in peak learning mode. Your memory is sharp, your focus is locked in. New information sticks like glue. But after sunset, something shifts. Your brain starts producing melatonin, which is the chemical that prepares you for sleep. Your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for focus, logic, and decision-making, literally starts powering down. It's like trying to run a high-end video game on a laptop with 5% battery. The hardware is the same, but the power isn't there. So when you sit down at 11 p.m. and try to memorize formulas or understand complex concepts, you're asking a half-asleep brain to perform like it's mid-morning, and it just can't do it. But it gets worse, and this is the part nobody talks about. Studies have shown that information you try to learn while your brain is in this low-power night mode gets stored poorly, which means even if you do somehow grasp it that night, you're 3 times more likely to forget it within 48 hours. 3 times. That means those 4 hours you spent grinding at midnight could equal about 80 minutes of effective studying during the day. You're literally trading sleep for nothing. And then the next morning, you wake up exhausted, foggy, behind on your work, and the cycle starts again. This is why so many students study harder and longer than anyone around them, but still fall behind. It's not effort, it's timing. So here's how you fix it, and I promise this is going to feel almost too simple, but that's because the best solutions usually are. The first thing you need to do is flip your schedule, even just a little. I'm not telling you to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow, because that's unrealistic and you'd hate me for it. But I am telling you to move your hardest, heaviest studying to the morning. The stuff that requires deep thinking, problem solving, memorization, learning brand new concepts that goes in the first 3 hours after you wake up. That's when your brain is sharpest, freshest, and most willing to absorb information. Wake up, get some sunlight on your face, drink water, and hit the hardest subject first, while everyone else is still scrolling in bed. You'll get more done in 90 minutes than you used to get done in 4 hours at night, and I'm not exaggerating. The second fix is for the studying you absolutely have to do at night, because life happens and sometimes you don't have a choice. The rule is this: do not try to learn new things at night. Use your nighttime hours for review only. Go over what you already studied earlier, make flashcards, reread your notes, watch a video summary of something you've already learned. Your brain is actually pretty good at consolidating familiar information at night, even when it's tired. What it can't do is learn from scratch. So if you have a big exam tomorrow and you're cramming new material at midnight, stop. You're not learning, you're just suffering. Go to sleep, wake up 2 hours earlier than usual, and study fresh. You will retain 10 times more. The third fix is about your environment, And this one is huge. If you must study at night, you need to trick your brain into thinking it's still daytime, at least for a little while. Bright white light, the kind from a desk lamp or overhead light, suppresses melatonin and keeps your brain alert. So when you sit down to study after dinner, make your space as bright as possible. Avoid warm yellow lighting, avoid studying in bed, avoid the dim, cozy vibes that feel nice but signal your brain to shut down. Sit at a desk. Sit up straight. Cold water nearby. Phone in another room. And here's a small trick that works wonders. Splash cold water on your face right before you start. It triggers something called the mammalian dive reflex, which sharpens your focus instantly. It sounds ridiculous, but try it once and you'll never doubt me again. The fourth fix, and this is the one that ties everything together, is to give yourself a hard stop. Decide before you start studying what time you'll stop, and honor it like a promise to yourself. Studying until you collapse isn't dedication, it's destruction. Every hour you steal from sleep is an hour stolen from tomorrow's learning, tomorrow's focus, tomorrow's memory. Sleep is not a break from studying. Sleep is when your brain actually files everything you learned that day into long-term memory. You could study perfectly all day and still fail your exam if you don't sleep, because the information never gets stored. Skipping sleep to study is like cooking a meal and then throwing it in the trash before you eat it. All that effort, gone. Here's what I want you to take away from this. You are not behind because you're not working hard enough. You're behind because you're working at the wrong time. Imagine what happens when you stop fighting your brain and start working with it. Imagine waking up, studying for 2 focused hours in the morning, and being done before most people have even started. Imagine going to bed at a normal hour, sleeping deeply, and waking up sharper every single day. That's not a fantasy. That's just what happens when you stop punishing yourself with midnight study sessions and start respecting how your brain actually works. So tonight, do something different. Close the textbook, put the laptop away, set your alarm 30 minutes earlier than usual, and tomorrow morning, while your brain is fresh and powerful, attack the work that's been crushing you for weeks. You're going to be shocked at how much easier everything feels. If this video opened your eyes even a little, save it, send it to a friend who's burning themselves out at 2 a.m, and come back to tell me how your first morning study session went. I'll be waiting. Now go get some sleep. Your future self is begging you to.